Question number 3, Marama Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister responsible for Housing New Zealand Corporation. What assurances can he give that the remediation work needed on the estimated 57,500 non-compliant houses, as identified in the 2014 Trial of Rental Housing Warrant of Fitness Scheme report, will be carried out as a matter of priority?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, I can give the member that assurance. I just want to point out, though, that the Warrant of Fitness trial covered 400 houses and included 49 criteria that set a very high threshold for quality. So, for instance, a house could be one of the projected 60,000 non-compliant houses if it has one weak security latch on a window, or if one light switch is not actually working. So I'm pleased to report that on each criteria, the criteria was met in 95% of cases. With regards to any urgent risks, Housing New Zealand properties are responded to within 4 hours, and there's 95% success rate on meeting the 4-hour criteria where there's an urgent need. From 1 July this year, all Housing New Zealand properties receiving an income-related rent subsidy must have ceiling and underfloor insulation, and all residential rental properties in the country must have smoke alarms. All state homes, where practicable, have already been insulated.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Marama Fox.
Given the answer that the Minister has provided, 60,000 of those homes needing urgent repair, will the upcoming budget reflect the government's assurance that the remainder of those repairs will be completed?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, that process is underway. The government doesn't specifically budget the housing maintenance program. That is done by Housing New Zealand in its capacity as an independent entity. So it's certainly dealing with the urgent cases within 4 hours. It will have to make it will be making some trade-offs. They have put a high priority on warm, healthy homes. So they tend to be dealing not as the highest priority, the home with the broken window latch, but the home with the family in it where children are showing signs of ill health and where they can act urgently to upgrade that home, and are spending in excess of $100 million this year on that project.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Marama Fox.
Given that we are still receiving reports of families who are living in substandard quality housing, experiencing rats and mould and other such issues, can the government assure those families that they will act with urgency as they have in upgrading the latest MOE building to the tune of $20 million?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr. Speaker, as has been pointed out, the upgrade to the MOE building is part of making very substantial savings in the costs of housing a public service. In fact, I think MOE, as a result of it, has reduced their footprint by 30%. That allows us then to take money that was wasted on excessive accommodation for public servants and turn it into real services for the families that the member mentions. Housing New Zealand is not doing a perfect job of meeting the needs of every single family, but as I said, they've allocated a large proportion of their budget to dealing with those families where there's question marks over the health of the housing they're in.
Question number 4,